Hi everybody, Cheaply Chic, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. I was so excited a few months ago when I ran across some old photo slides. This is something that of course we as embellishment makers and junk journalers love, so I finally got a chance to sit down and play with them today. This is probably the first in a few videos that I will be sharing with you, creating with these. I have enough that I know they will be included in an upcoming collection, probably the February collection, since I'm getting these videos out now so that you guys can play around with them a little bit too. So I hope that you find this process inspiring, even though it is basic techniques. I still had a lot of fun making them, and I hope that they inspire you to create today. So if you'd like to see how I made these embellishments, just keep watching. This is the first time that I've played around with these slides, so I didn't realize that the negative would just pop right out of the frame. That's why I'm starting with an X-Acto knife here until I figure that out. So the rest of it's pretty simple. I just pop the negatives out of the frame. I do end up holding on to those little pieces of film in case I want to make something out of them later. And then I'm going to just start off with some gesso. And originally I thought I wanted the print on these little frames to show through, although they do get pretty heavily decorated here as we go along. So I love this new color that Tim Holtz came out with called Speckled Egg. I'm going to use that distress paint on my little frames. And as much as I thought I wanted some of those words to show through, I do end up going through and doing 3 coats of this paint. It is a different consistency, this paint, than a typical acrylic paint. So yeah, I end up doing 3 coats. I only share 2 of them here in the video. I mentioned this glassine paper that I found on Amazon in my last video where I was making some Polaroid photo embellishments. If you missed that video and you would be interested in seeing it, I will leave that link in the description box down below. It was actually what inspired me to create these slides the way that I'm doing today. So I am going to be layering 2 slides together, and I'm sandwiching this glassine paper that I have coffee dyed in between. So the back frame here, I decided I wanted the date to show of when these slides were created, and then I'm just gluing them down with some Fabri-Tac to my glassine paper, and I will be gluing the painted slide over the top of the glassine paper, so making a little sandwich out of it. I decided that I wanted to do a little bit of stamping here on the front. Now, as you know, these photo slides are tiny, so I looked for a flourish stamp that I had in my stash that might have enough detail that it could do just a little tiny portion of the stamp. I always love this about these flourish style stamps, how versatile they are. Now the first one that I showed there, I was really heavy-handed against that super smooth paint. You just barely need to touch the stamp to it. So I'm using an archival ink because it's waterproof, and I didn't know what direction I was going to go with these. So in case I decided to add something over the top, I wanted to make sure that the ink stayed, even though I don't end up doing that. So just be sure to not be too heavy-handed like I am here. So here I'm just using some scissors to kind of distress that paint and scratch it up a little bit. And now I'm using my Fabri-Tac to glue my little slide sandwich together. I am in love with these. To embellish the front of these little embellishments, I decided to start with some cheesecloth. They're so tiny, it really takes just the littlest pieces of things. So I started with a tiny little piece of cheesecloth there on the bottom, and then I had this avocado dyed doily scrap that I decided to use as well. On the third one, I just cut another little piece of doily scrap that I had, and then I'm going to hot glue down a few vintage buttons to finish that off. next I'm going to use some Tim Holtz ephemera here. I think this is called the Botanicals ephemera. The pieces are rather large, so I do fussy cut them down to fit on top of my slides. And then I'm going to use some Tim Holtz word stickers to finish them off. Here, my art glitter glue, the metal tip popped off. I hate it when that happens. So I just had to wipe off some of that excess glue, but I do really love the art glitter glue tip. It's just a really fine metal tip, and it's great for doing little embellishments like this. And that's pretty much it for this video today, you guys. I hope that you enjoyed. I have started on the February collection. In fact, let me look at the calendar here. I will be releasing that collection on the 29th, which is next Friday at the standard noon Eastern Standard Time. So I'm really excited about that, and I did include some of these slides in that kit so that you guys could play along with them as well. I also have another video coming out where I did a different style of embellishments with these, so I'm excited to share that in the next few days too. So you guys, yes, thank you so much for taking the time to watch today. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.